Hello YouTube. Today I'm going to be talking about the Hanged Man. And the deck that I'm going to be using, once again, I'll be using the Melanated Classic Tarot deck. Now this is a very interesting card. The Hanged Man, or some people call it the Suspended Man. Basically, this is contemplation. This is endurance. This is looking at things from a different perspective than what you are used to looking at. You know, they always say that there's two sides to a story, or two sides to an event that you've come across, and then there's right and wrong, or whatever, these dualities, but there's a third side. That's the side that Anton LaVey used to always say. There's a third side of looking at things, and this, to me, this is what this card represents. It represents a new way of looking at things. It represents. It's almost like a yoga pose, and when you're doing that type of pose, if you were to do it and have all the blood rush to your head, you you will definitely see things from a different perspective. And by the mere fact that your blood is rushing to your head, it might cause your brain to actually look at things from a different perspective too. Never tried that personally, but that is something to to look into. If you are constantly doing that. I'm pretty sure there are yogis who will swear up and down that doing certain poses, upside down with the blood coming to your head does really, really radically change your perspective on things. Let's see. Another thing that this card represents is being uncomfortable and enduring something even though it's uncomfortable. So whatever it is in life that you're trying to overcome, there might be a sacrifice that you have to make, and that sacrifice could be something that really makes you uncomfortable, but that's okay. What really matters is what you gain out of that. Now the interesting thing about this card is, if you look, it's almost like this is a acromatical symbol, because his arms here form a triangle. If you look at it, very closely, where it's going behind his back, and this right here is a cross. I guess that's the best way you can make a cross with with two legs, but it is a cross. And this is the sign of sulfur if you study alchemy. And with sulfur represents, something that's hot, something that's burning. If you look at the head right here, this is what's hot. This is what's burning. This is the burning head. This is the burning head that reaches a certain degree of enlightenment. This is the enlightened mind, the completion of a great work, or the idea of how to complete a great work. So this is a very meditative card. And if you look at the colors here, you have purple, you have blue. Both of those colors represents the unconscious mind, or the pineal gland. And his legs here are red, which represents fire, which represents passion. And he's hanging from a T-cross. And the interesting thing about this is he's hanging from a tree, and of course trees represents growth. So this is a very heavy card. It's the willingness to be uncomfortable, the willingness to be engaged in change into your life. It also could mean, from a negative perspective, being tied up, or being too tied up with daily life. And that's happened to, I think that happens to everyone to a certain extent. But this represents coming out of that. And this represents, as I said, the enlightened mind. and getting through that, getting through an uncomfortable event. All right, so that is my interpretation of this card, and feel free to leave comments below, and I'll be doing some more cards later on based on the Melanated Classic Tarot, and pretty soon I'm going to start using some other tarots that I have too. Okay, until next time, love is the law, and as always, peace.